The challenge is to do a show that is simultaneously viewable on a casual basis. Every week you can tune in if you want, but you don't have to watch every episode, and you still can understand it. And at the same time, do something that has a sense of continuity and revealing of layers. So that's always the challenge in writing a show that's about the characters, and yet you don't want it to be a closed club for only the avid viewer. Directing is the greatest because it means that you've already written and the production has worked to get you to a place where you direct. So directing sort of implies that you've at least done some of the other stuff, but it's all, I feel lucky to do any of it. Writing is a wonderful process when it's not horrible. And producing is fascinating because it's the ultimate collaboration. You're collaborating with sort of every aspect of the mediums, and every art form almost comes together. It's the design of wardrobe and set. It's working with musicians and actors. It's working with writers and the practical realities of where and how you shoot something. The idea for Fringe came from talking about what kind of show we'd love to see on TV, and we had influences that Cronenberg films, also films like Altered States, shows like The X-Files or Twilight Zone, Night Stalker, things that we just loved growing up, and we thought how cool to do a show that has that feeling. When you look at the newspaper, every week we're working on the show, there's a story in the news that is weirder than what we're working on. And I think that given that, there's a sense of trying to understand it all. Where does it lead us? Where does it take us? What does it mean?
I think whenever you do, whenever you have a job, you always sort of tend to, connect with the people that you're working with, and that's the nature of our business. You work intensely for, a period of time, and then you splinter off and, take another job and work intensely with another group of people. I just think that's the nature of the beast. You've got, Walter who, everything's crazy and everything's funny, and you've got Peter who's just always, sarcastic, and then you've got Olivia who brings them to go, okay guys, come on, let's go. She's very connected to the case.
As the show went on, we as a cast, but also the show itself, just meshed and sort of found its feet, and by the end of that first season, I think we were really flying. If you want to watch all the episodes, if you want to get into it as a serial, piece by piece we're sort of releasing this grander mythology that is, to me, the most interesting and sort of the central portion of the show. The investigation, each one of the stories has their beginning, middle, and end, but the currents that are running underneath each one of the episodes add up to a much larger picture.
One of the most interesting things I've found about working in this company is there's a lot of smart people who will start with the boss, start with Jake. I would certainly actually not ignore Warner Brothers and Fox in saying that. There's some incredible passion we get coming down from our network and from our studio. And then, JJ and the other writers and the showrunners are very sharp and passionate people. That infiltrates down to a group of actors who are really serious actors. There's not one of us that doesn't take our job really seriously, that doesn't have a great deal of pride in what we do. And that is a great way to work. There's no one rests on their laurels in our company, and I'm very proud, if you like, to work with these actors. There's never a bad moment. If I give something out, it's coming back from these people, and that doesn't always happen.
Yes.